put it, what
amounts did you put?
policy, the council passed a policy showing amounts to start that at?
Yes, sir.
As a minimum? Okay, and you have all those on the list?
Yes, sir.
With
Have
it.
everything.
You have a tag on them, number on them?
If you talking about yeah, I guess you call it a tag. Like we say like the fire truck, 0014, that what you
Okay,
mean?
all right. Like
Yes.
your computers, you have a tag on computers or number on your computers in office? You count that as capital assets?
I think I did. The computer. I think I did.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I just want to make sure you look like you're getting started in the right direction. I want to make sure we got it all down, because next time they come back, they're going to look at your list.
Yes,
And
sir.
they're going to select about 10 or 15 items, and they're going to go around and try to find those. Is that what they do now?
They'll be
That's what
able
I
to
thought.
find it.
Yeah, so just be sure everything's numbered.
I
Got a
got it.
number.
I
Okay.
got it.
Committee, you have any questions? Or Mr. Johnson again?
I'd like to know the dollar amount that the city council passed to go on this capital list, capital item list.
You didn't, before we get, like if you no longer need it or you gonna dispose of it.
Well,
I mean, in other words,
You're
to
supposed to have
use
a
it as a
policy.
capital.
You're supposed to have a policy that says an item over this is a
Right,
capital
right.
asset. And I just wonder what dollar amount they get.
I think we did $1,000.
Okay, and again, you're gonna number those, so the number on your list agrees with the number you can find for that is, right? All right, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Representative Johnson. Any other questions? And your cash receipts and disbursement journals,
Okay.
tell me about those.
Okay, well, I was using some software, and I think I heard somebody else say that too. Well, my thing crashed, and I lost everything. So I had to start back with start back over, from scratch. But then you can't really you can't go back and then, do everything. So I do it in a journal. And I think what they wrote me up for really, because it didn't have the receipt, like the income come in, the receipt number in the journal. And then, but I'm doing that now, I got that done. And the check posted into the journal too. So I got that taken care of in all the accounts. All the accounts has a journal.
Okay, and you reconcile on each bank account every month?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and all your books or all your journals are matching, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you come back to see me in 2 years, you're not coming back. That's what we try to get you to do, not to come back. Senator Hickey, you have a question?
Yes, ma'am. Just one question, and help me here.
Okay.
You said your computer crashed. Do you not keep some type of backup?
We did
For all
get the
your records?
backup. That was when that storm was. Everything was wiped out. Everything.
Okay. I would have thought that you would have had some company or whatever that you could use that you could get that information from.
Oh no, we're not that big. We're not that
Well-
big to have a company. We just do quick book.
Well, I understand, but I have a small company myself, and I believe I have a company that does it, and of course, I don't know how much that is, but I believe that's minimal. So you possibly may want to check into that, because if something else like that happens, you won't have to go through this again. I understand, like, if you're just backing it up yourself, but there is another way to do that. And again, I think the cost is minimal. I'm sure our friends with the municipal league or whatever might could help you with that also. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Any other, Representative Meeks?
Yeah, just a quick follow-up to that. Do y'all not have a disaster recovery plan? Because that would be part of that.
No.
Okay. Because that's something that definitely I would look into, because that's a requirement of state law that you do have a disaster recovery plan, and that should be part of that. So.
Okay.
Any other questions? Mayor, I realize population 115.
Yeah.
It's a small town, I understand, you know, there's always some issues with things, but, have you met the gentleman on the back row back there with the gray hair?
Yes.
Around, you know him, any problems you have, that gentleman will fix you right up, okay?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, and y'all get to work, do this. Without objection, we'll file the report as presented. Thank you both for coming.
The next report we have is on page 37, the City of Madison. Under the Recorder Treasurer, we have a finding that state aid for highway funds in previous years of $31,000 owed to the street fund was not transferred during their engagement period. We had a similar finding in the previous report, and I believe the Recorder Treasurer is here to address this.
Could you identify yourself for the record, please?
I'm Ernestine Broadway. I'm not the recorder treasurer, I'm the court clerk, but I do the recorder treasurer's job.
I noticed you had a different name listed here.
You got to explain that. You're not her, but you do her job. What does she do?
Well, the council voted me to assist Ms. Hodges with her
Okay,
duties.
so you're her assistant.
I'm an assistant.
And the council did that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how long have you been there?
About 22 years.
And what Ms. Steele just read, you're doing that now?
Yes, sir.
You made those corrections?
We started January of this year transferring $100 a month to the sanitation department and to the street department. So we've made 4 payments
Okay,
this
so
year.
you're making payments as you
Yes.
go? Okay. All right. Committee, any questions? Seeing none, we'll file this report as presented without objections. Thank you, ma'am, for
Thank
coming.
you.
The next report we have is on the same page, the City of Marshall. Under the Recorder Treasurer, we have repeat findings. The listing of fixed assets again did not include additions, deletions, and a control total as required by code. Bank accounts were not properly reconciled at the end of each month for the street, general, rent, and solid waste funds. Cash receipts and disbursement journals again were not properly maintained throughout the year. Journals were not posted and reconciled to bank accounts for the general, street, district court automation, solid waste now, and police bond and fine funds. And I believe Ms. Seifert is here to address this.
I'm Gail Seifert from the City of Marshall, I'm the Recorder Treasurer.
Okay. Ms. Thackford, how long you been there?
This is my 5th year.
5th year. Okay, good. Pretty country up there where you live.
It's beautiful.
So you have a list of fixed assets?
I'm working on that.
You're working.
I've added a lot of things that I just didn't know how to do it.
Well, did your council do the same thing? They had to limit you, certain points you put on, once you,
I believe it's $2,000.
okay. So you're getting your list together
I'm working on
and
it.
then working on, when's your auditor coming back?
I hope a long time.
And you're an honest woman. Well, you get your list in shape. And
Okay.
then, but is there not an existing list?
There was one, but I didn't see it until this year that I recall, and they emailed it to me, so I really didn't know what they were looking for until now I know I've
I'm
seen
gonna tell
it.
you like I told someone a while ago,
Mhm.
when you know what you've got, you can put your hands on.
Uh-huh.
You got your old list, you're gonna see some things that's not there anymore.
I already
So
have.
There's a process you can go through to get all that taken off at one time, if you do it the proper way, and you can start fresh.
How do I go about doing that? I mean, having it all taken off at once.
There's a process, you can get it all taken off. But it's not just say, I want to take it off, there's some things you got to do. And you met the gray-headed guy on the back row back there? He would love to assist you in doing some of this. He works for Municipal League. I'd like to give him a hard time. He's a friend. But he works for Municipal League, and they've got some good people over there that'll really help you in that area, I think, also. But your bank accounts, are they properly reconciled now?
I think so, pretty much so.
Okay, now you
I
been-
thought I was reconciled when it said, you know, congratulations, you're reconciled. But
Good.
I know you're supposed to take the old,
Good. How many audits have you been through?
This is my 5th year.
You've done 5 audits? You've been through 5
Oh,
audits?
no, just 2.
Oh, okay. Oh, they just do it every 2 years?
I've seen them 2
Oh, they
times.
keep you on there 2 years at a time, right, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've been gone a while, but 2 years at a time, so. But you feel comfortable that you know what you're supposed to be doing now?
More so.
More so, well, like, at least you're honest. Some of them say I do, but they don't have a clue. Committee, any question, I'm sorry, any question, committee? Yes, sir. You have a question?
I do.
Mr. Hodges,
If you don't
you're
mind.
recognized.
If you indulge me, thank you, Mr. Chair, I'm not on this committee.
What, you're not on this committee?
Not this,
I'll
not
indulge
this
you.
term. But you mentioned, Chairman, you mentioned, you've done it 5 years. I know Municipal League puts on some great retreats or training every year. Matter of fact, it's coming up in June, I think. And so do you attend those? Have you attended those?
I've attended a few.
Because
Very many.
they're great, and all these questions that you're having today, they'll answer those for you, and you can make a list. And I think it's a great retreat, a great training that I would recommend you attend.
Okay.
It'll be very beneficial.
Any other?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, thank you. Any other questions, committee? Seeing none, we'll file this report as presented without objections. Thank you, ma'am. I don't think I'll see you in 2 years. I think you'll have it all figured out. Right. Thank you very much for coming today.
Our next report is on page 38, the town of Mcaskill. We have repeat findings for the mayor. Disbursements were made from the street and community building funds through electronic funds transfers without an authorizing ordinance and without approval from the Legislative Joint Audit Committee. Budgets for 15 and 14 were accepted by the City Council. However, they were not adopted by ordinance or resolution. The general and street fund disbursements exceeded appropriations in 15 by $13,599 and $10,061 respectively. I believe Mr. Hoosier is here to answer these findings.
I'm Marion Hoosier, Mayor of Mcaskill.
Mr. Hoosier, will you kind of fill us in on what's going on in Mcaskill?
I'm sorry, say that
Would
again.
you kind of fill us in on what's going on there?
Well, we've got a lot going on. We've made a lot of improvements, and boy, I tell you, I hate I'm back, but I am. So, but we have a better, we had a better audit than we did last time and the time before. So we keep bringing our findings down. I can go down this list if you like, or if you want to.
Do you have anything different than what's written in the bold type there?
Now, what's bold in mine is my name. Is that?
Well, you're right. You got me. You don't have
They
that.
exempted the recorder treasurer who does all the work.
Okay, but your budgets have been accepted by the city council?
Yeah, and what happened is, the previous times, we amended our budget the proper way, and we just didn't amend it the proper way for the time we were written up on.
Okay.
And then we didn't realize that on if we did an electronic payment, it had to be approved by the Legislative Audit Committee. Also, we didn't know we had to do it by ordinance. We just, and everything that we've done, we've been very candid, we've been very open. It's all in our minutes. There were things that she picked up on in our minutes that we recorded that we did, but they were done wrong. They were not according to the way that things should have been done. And a lot of that has to do with experience. We're a small town, 96 people, kind of up in North Hempstead County, and so. And I've been to the certification programs for the Municipal League. They got a great certification program, but well, I tell you what, there's nothing like having your auditor there that can walk you through these things and correct you and give you the right things that you need to be doing. So, also, I guess the auditors are now coming from a different area than where they were, because I've been through several audits. I've been in office a few years now, and some things one auditor may want us to do, the next one may not want us to do, and the next one wants us to do. So a lot of times consistency, I think we were meeting with small towns of Arkansas on that advisory board. One of the complaints is that auditors with every audit seem to be different. You think you're doing things right, and in actuality you're not. So hopefully we've got some, things consistent on that side of the table too. That way we know what we're doing. But we had a great auditor, we had great communication, and believe me, we'll follow the recommendations and put them in practice. Most of the things, I hate to say they were out of ignorance, we just didn't know.
Let me ask you about the street fund, general fund disbursements. You